The spooky season may be over, but I still want to talk about a few fun horror movies and a series of other movies, because I watched 32 movies in October on accident. I accidentally watched 32 movies in a month. And I am going to be consulting a mental health professional about that, but for now, I just want to walk through all of the movies that I watched in October. You guys know the drill. These are chill videos, so I'm just going to be running down the list, giving some thoughts on the movies, and drawing something while we work. Probably my Patreon art. That's my guess, is that I'll be drawing some art for my Patreon. If you would like to support me on Patreon, that is patreon.com/JohnBonjour. That makes these videos possible. It makes my comic Edge of Bordertown possible. It makes living a creative life possible. So if you have a couple extra bucks, I would really, really appreciate your support. Not really the point. On with the video. I started this month with Dario Argento's Suspiria. I made an entire video reviewing that. It's part of my Halloween Horror Club. I watched it for the Halloween Horror Club. This is the first time I had ever seen it, and I absolutely loved it. It is a masterpiece in horror, dreamlike cinema, and I am obsessed with it. I still want to see the remake. I haven't yet, but I would really, really like to. Following that, I watched One Battle After Another. This is Paul Thomas Anderson's new movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, and I cannot express to you how much I want to make a video on this movie. I just can't find a good in, because I don't think just reviewing it is the way to go. I'm kind of potentially thinking about gearing a little bit away from just doing week-to-week movie reviews, mostly because it's hard to find the time to do that. Part of the cool thing that I was able to do was drawing all the art for those movies, and I just don't have time or energy to draw art for all of those videos, all of those reviews. So it was like I'm kind of feeling a little bit drained doing just movie reviews day in, day out. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, how I want to take this channel going forward, and make things that I think are worth watching, not just like random thoughts on movies, which I understand the irony, because that's exactly what this video is. That said, I couldn't find an in for how I wanted to talk about One Battle After Another, and I knew if I just made a review, I wouldn't have anything new to say, anything that people haven't already said. But One Battle After Another, I've seen it twice now. We'll get to that. I've seen it twice now, and it is exceptional filmmaking. I mean, just phenomenal. And Leonardo DiCaprio this is maybe his best performance. Same, by the way, for Sean Penn, same for Benicio del Toro. The movie is headlined by that trio of actors, and it is incredible what they're able to do. They're all playing against type. They're all doing big swing performances that would be like career defining for anybody else. And it's just like, it's amazing how well this movie works. It's edited great. It has an incredible pace. It's like a 3-hour movie and it never feels it. The shots on the chase, spoilers, I guess, toward the end of the movie, the shots of the chase, the car chase, where it's just like this ocean waves sea of like pavement. I cannot express to you how much I love this movie. And I don't know quite what the in would be if I were to make a video on it, but if I ever find a way, I have a lot of passion for the film, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I then watched Night of the Reaper. It is a Shudder original movie, and it's pretty good. I think it's one of those things that it lost me about halfway through, and then it kind of got me back. It's a lower budget, more independent kind of thing. I liked it. I didn't love it. Solid little horror thriller. Not worth getting Shudder over, but if you have Shudder, it might be worth checking out. Following that, Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak. I had seen this movie when I was way younger, too young to watch the movie. And at the time, it's kind of funny. At the time, I had seen this as a very romantic, very like beautiful. Oh, what a romantic tragedy this is, and how horrible that this love story didn't work out. And watching it this time, boy, was I naive. They're all horrendous people. Tom Hiddleston, not a romantic man, not a romantic guy. It's a great movie, but it is not good. The people aren't good. I will also say the script is frustrating to me. There's a whole lot of like explaining what's going on and then explaining why you're doing it and then telling people once again, hey, just in case you missed it, here's what we're doing. It's a lot of yada yada and not a lot of content for what it is, which is a shame, because I think if you just cut some of those lines out, it would play a lot better if you left it to be discovered instead of just telling people everything that every character is thinking or feeling or doing at any given time. Like, the mystery is not complicated enough that it deserves to be explained as thoroughly as it is, and so I think it brings it down a step for me, but I still really liked it. Obviously, the effects are phenomenal. Obviously, like, Crimson Peak itself, the area, is such a cool place. The idea of this house that is bleeding and hurting is so cool. It just is kind of brought down by the overall tone and script of the movie. I watched the original John Carpenter Halloween, a movie that I love and have seen so many times. This was a new experience though, because I watched it on VHS for the first time, and boy howdy was that the way to watch this movie. Everything that feels a little bit cheap and cheesy in the like 4K beautiful restoration of the movie plays so well on grainy VHS. It's a classic movie. Nobody doesn't know about Halloween, but if you haven't watched it on VHS, that is absolutely the way to do it. I then watched Dark Harvest, again for the Halloween Horror Club. I really liked it. You can watch my video on that. I'm not gonna go into crazy detail. After that, I caught the original Tron. I had never seen it. I had seen Legacy a couple of times, and I had never seen the original Tron, and with Tron Ares coming out, my wife Darcy and I decided, you know what? Let's catch up on the Tron movies. And we did, and this is a movie that is hard to look at. It's hard to look at. It's a movie that I am of two minds on. I respect what it's doing in terms of just bringing like the technical achievement of the movie is really impressive. They've done a lot of things, pioneered a lot of things that we've since used a lot, and it's very impressive. That said, it does look like dog shit, and I don't have a lot of thoughts on it because it's like I don't really consider it like a functional film. And of course, if you're gonna watch Tron, you might as well watch Tron Legacy, and it is crazy how much of a step up that is. It is the perfect requel in the sense that it has all of the same amazing things about the original and elevates all of those things, and also has all of the same pitfalls as the original. There are some effects, specifically the de-aging in Tron Legacy, that look terrible. I mean, awful. And it works okay when he's in the digital landscape because it's supposed to be a digital guy, so you can kind of write that off. He's in the real world some of the time, and they de-aged Jeff Bridges to be like younger, and it is not effective. That said, the rest of the movie is absolutely beautiful, just stunning visually, and I am obsessed with the world building that they do for Tron itself. It's really cool. But yeah, no, Jeff Bridges looks like Dookie, and the script is pretty bland. It's like not terrible, it's serviceable enough to get you through the movie, but it's not great. I then caught VHS 94. I'm kind of a pseudo fan of the VHS movies. Sometimes every time I start one, I think I'm probably not gonna like this, and every time I end one, I think, yeah, it was kind of worth watching. It was fun. The Ratman sequence is the best. I don't know. It's an alright movie. Then I watched Tron Ares. Watched it with my two best friends, Lincoln and Preston. We recorded an episode of our podcast, the Motion Picture Retribution Power Hour, on Tron Ares, and that's actually on my channel now, so you can listen to our full thoughts on that. It is not a good movie. It does look and sound pretty cool, but it's not a good movie, and I don't like it. And Jared Leto shouldn't be in stuff. I feel like that's safe to say. He just shouldn't be in stuff. After that, I watched Descendants, the Disney Channel original movie, because I promised a coworker that I was gonna do it. So I did, and it's bad. It's a DCOM. It's a Disney Channel original movie about the children of villains, and it's not good. Like everybody, I don't know what I thought it was gonna be, but it was exactly that. I did have a pretty good time, and we talked about it a lot. So I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm like, I don't really count that as a movie. I don't know if I should even log it as a movie I've watched. But it is technically a movie, and I technically watched it, so here we go, it makes the video. Then I watched Halloween 2, a really good movie. I've done a Halloween retrospective, just go watch those. VHS 99 is also a VHS movie. It's also pretty fun. It ends on a weird, like, horror comedy descent into hell thing, which I really enjoyed. I think that's probably my favorite segment from that. These are just like, they're anthology movies, they're little horror bits, they're fun to watch, but they're not like memorable or particularly like gripping. They're just fun little pieces of horror entertainment. Things that are extremely memorable and gripping. I watched Trick or Treat. We saw it in a theater, and it was so much fun. It was the 4K restoration. I watched it with Darcy, my sister Jamie, and one of my best friends, Morgan. It was kind of funny. They played a restoration of the little like animated short film that was the origin of the idea of Sam, which was really fun. They played the mini doc. They played the short film. The theater went silent. We were ready for the movie, and then the mini doc started again, and then they played the short film again, and I got really scared that we were in some sort of horrible time loop. But then the movie played. I don't know why they played double, but they did, and I enjoyed it less the second time of the mini doc, but I still had a good time. And obviously, Trick or Treat, one of my favorite movies. Michael Dougherty just captures the tone and spirit of Halloween. Again, a movie I've done for the Halloween Horror Club, so just go watch that video. I watched the VHS copy that I bought from ARC of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, while I was working on my comic, and I felt like a kid again. It was a great time. It's not like a good movie, but it was an absolutely phenomenal time. Then I watched Pumpkinhead, once again, for the Halloween Horror Club. Let's just go watch those videos. I feel like I'm plugging those videos more than I'm talking about things in this, but just, I don't want to say all the stuff I said again. After that, I watched The Lawnmower Man, a movie I had never heard of. Saw a VHS and it looked insane, so I picked it up again at the ARC for $1. And it was insane. It's really bad. It's like a bad movie. It's bad to look at and it's bad conceptually, and I'm definitely gonna make Lincoln and Preston watch it for the Motion Picture Retribution Power Hour, so look forward to that. Please listen to it, by the way. The Motion Picture Retribution Power Hour is a podcast that I do with my two best friends where we make each other watch bad movies as a form of friendly punishment, and it's a great time. I just made them watch End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and we're about to watch Zombies 2, the Disney Channel original movie. So it's really fun. I highly recommend listening to it. You can find it on pretty much anywhere podcasts are. Then I watched Chef, Jon Favreau's wonderful, just really wholesome little movie. It's become a comfort movie of mine, quite honestly. I have recently gotten very, very into cooking. I work part-time at like a restaurant. I am like a cook, chef guy. I don't know what you call it, but I'm really into food and flavors, and I didn't know that, and I watched Chef and I fell in love with it immediately. So much so that I got a chef's knife tattooed, just like Jon Favreau and Chef. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a great movie, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's maybe the lowest stakes movie that you could possibly make, and there's something so heartwarming about that. Of course, with it being the Halloween season, I had to catch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. We watched this while we were carving pumpkins, and it's just a hell of a vibe. It's so much fun. I love when they're going around and they're like, I got a huge candy bar, I got a lollipop, and he's like, I got a rock. I like that running gag. It's very funny. And then I watched Tron Ares again, and I'm just now remembering that I have now seen this movie twice in theaters. This was the time that we recorded the podcast on it. The original time I was just curious about it, so Darcy and I went to go see it. This was the time that we recorded the podcast. Again, MPRPH, Motion Picture Retribution Power Hour. Tron Ares, still a bad movie. Markedly worse the second time, if I'm being honest. I never need to see it again. But the soundtrack goes so brutally hard. It's so good. In keeping with the Halloween season, Ready or Not, Samara Weaving's best performance, I think, and I'm very intrigued to see what they do with the sequel. A wonderful little horror comedy if you haven't seen it. I highly recommend it. I'm not going to tell you anything about it in case you haven't seen it, because it is truly that good. Then I watched One Battle After Another. Once again, I took my dad to go see it because he's a big movie guy. He's a movie man, TM, and he had a great time. We both had a great time. We had a long conversation about it. It was me, my sister Jamie again, and my dad, and we just had a wonderful conversation about One Battle After Another in the parking lot of a Cinemark. So that was a pretty good time. Then, oh man, bummer. Okay, then I watched The Farewell. I'm gonna make a video about this because I think that it deserves more than this, but I watched The Farewell because my grandma was about to pass. She has now passed, and so I needed to process some of those emotions through film. And again, I'm gonna make a video sort of about that and about like how film can help you through that and how art can help you through that. Anyway, I watched The Farewell because I think that that's a really good movie to let you sit with your emotions and process through them, and it was a really helpful experience for me, and also really painful. So we're gonna go on ahead and move on. I did a double feature of Shelby Oaks and the Black Phone 2. I've made a video on that, and you can check that out also here on my channel. Then I half watched Leprechaun 2 Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Back to the Hood. I've seen all the other Leprechaun movies, and I thought that I should finish out the series, so I'm very close. I have to watch Leprechaun Origins. It's bad. It's not as culturally insensitive as Leprechaun in the Hood, so that's kind of a win. But yeah, it's not good. it's obviously not good. I think, I gave it 2.5 stars. What did I write as my review? Oh yeah, this is funny. Okay, I wrote on my Letterboxd, I wrote, oh thank God, I was worried one of these might accidentally be good. Following that, I watched Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. I always like to kind of work my way through the Halloween sequels. It's still great. It hits so hard, and I love it so much. I watched the 1988 The Blob, the remake of The Blob. I love the original. That song is so catchy and so fun. And this was great. The remake of The Blob is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I really truly thought it was going to be kind of like fine at best, and it's brutal. There's some truly horrific shit in that movie, and I loved it. It's like the original Blob is a very cute, wholesome, kind of heartwarming horror movie. This is like really trying to do it up. It's trying to be a horror movie, and it truly is. It takes no prisoners, and people that I fully expected to be like important in the movie are killed off in a couple of scenes. So it's a great time. Then I watched End of Days, as I said, to make my friends watch it for the Motion Picture Retribution Power Hour, and it's bad. It's a bad movie. I enjoyed it though. Then I watched Urban Legends: The Final Cut. Urban Legends Final Cut. I also found this on VHS at an arc. I don't know. I'm just really into VHS, guys. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. It's just a really good medium. There's something about taking a big slab of plastic, putting it in a big hole, and a movie coming out of it that I just really enjoy. That sounded weird, and I don't know how to make it not sound weird, but there's something like, I love physical media, and VHS feels like somehow the most analog physical media possible, and I adore that. Okay, 2 more. We're so close, guys. Watched Halloween Kills. Watched that on Halloween itself, and it's a big stupid movie. The David Gordon Green Halloween movies are so dumb and kind of a little bad. Like, this is a genuinely horribly written movie, and I love them. I love them so much. They're so important to me. I just have a great time with them, and I'm tired of pretending that they're not great. So these are big stupid movies, and they're so much fun, and they have a great vibe. The Halloween vibe is really well crafted, especially in Kills. We did it. Final movie, Cabin in the Woods. Watched that Halloween night. We did a party, and we do this thing at our parties that we host, especially with the Halloween party specifically, where we say, hey, we're gonna do party from 5 to 8, and then at 8, we're gonna watch a movie. And if you don't wanna watch the movie, you can leave. And guys, I cannot recommend highly enough doing this, because A, you get to watch a movie, and that's always a win, especially after a big long party where you have to talk to a bunch of people. You get to talk to a bunch of people. You have to get to talk to a bunch of people. And B, I think the thing that's most important about it is it gives the people that don't want to stay for the movie a hard out, which I think is a huge gift for people. If you're gonna throw a party, I love to go to parties that are like, hey, we're gonna start at 4, get the hell out of my house at 9:30. I love those. It is the best feeling in the world to know for a fact when the party is going to end. And I like to throw parties that are clear about end times, because no one wants to go to a party that they're like, I don't know, it's a Halloween party. It could end at 6:30. It could end at 2 in the morning. I don't want that. I don't want there to be questions. But it is so much fun. We watched Cabin in the Woods. I forgot how much fun that movie is. It plays so well. The more horror movies I watch, the more I enjoy Cabin in the Woods, because each of those little weird monsters has like a little story connected to it now for having seen all of those movies. It's just a great movie. It's just a wonderful time, and also surprisingly gross and gory. I forgot how intense some of the kills in that movie are. I always think of it as a fun horror comedy, and it is that, but it is also really just like a horror movie. Like, as much as the tone of the movie is fun and light and breezy, there is also like a solidly made horror movie kind of injected into that, and that I truly think is the juice of the movie. I think that's how it works as well as it does, because without that, it would kind of feel like nothing could be taken seriously. But it takes itself so dead serious. None of the kills are funny inherently. I guess some of them are funny, but none of the kills are intended to be like haha jokey kills. It's not a scary movie. It's genuine about its kills, and I think that is why this movie operates so well, because it is funny, but it is also scary, and it plays on both levels. Great movie. Maybe the perfect example of like a horror comedy. 32 movies is too many to watch in a month. I feel like I've melted my brain just a little bit, and I'm so excited to watch something like When Harry Met Sally, or I don't know, something chill, something vibey, something that isn't so aggressive. I love the spooky season. I love watching a bunch of horror movies, but I've seen a lot of horror movies recently, so I'm excited to take a little bit of a break from that, and then maybe gear up back into the little Christmas horror season, just a little bit. What did you watch this month? What was the best movie you watched this month? I would love to hear your thoughts. I don't know how to end these. Anyway, thank you for being here. This has been a fun time just kind of recapping the month. Kind of a dooky month. though. Honestly, like, just general thoughts on the month, it kind of sucked. Thank you so much for watching this video and checking out my channel. If you'd like to hear more of my thoughts on movies, comics, TV shows, anything to like, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and comment down below what you'd like me to review next. Or do none of those things because I truly am not your dad.